Okay, so first of all, what I want to say is a huge congratulations on doing that £120 last month. I know some of you did far more than that, which is just incredible. Some of you may have just scraped by, but it's amazing you did that, and that's the first part of both of these incentives. The one from head office, which is incredible that they do these incentives for us. There's so many companies out there that would never ever think to give something back to their staff. So the fact that they're just willing to give away this prize to absolutely anyone who's with Osborne had the opportunity to do that. So I think that's really incredible of them. And to do it, we basically just have to do our jobs, which is to do that £120 order, which, as you know, from September will be what we have to do to get paid. And really, it's just a small increase. If we're running our businesses as a business rather than a hobby, we should be doing more than 120 anyway. So I think that one should be fairly easy for us to do. We just need to get consistent orders. So we're going to have a look at tonight how we get consistent orders, what we need to be doing to make that happen. The second incentive is that one to win the banner. And as a lot of you have already put up there, we had a question earlier for those who've just joined in, which was, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel, 10 being most confident, of about hitting those incentives? And for most people, they had less confidence in hitting the banner incentive than the unicorn. And that makes perfect sense because you have more sales to do. A lot of people, when we launch the banner incentive every year, this is the third year in a row I think we're doing it. I think on year one, we only had one person achieve it. And last year, we had 18 people achieve it. There's 195 of you invited to this Zoom meeting tonight. So that's 195 people who could potentially receive that banner this year, which is just incredible. I had a massive panic the other week where I was like, oh my God, how much will that cost me? And I worked it all out. And actually, you're in luck, because if you all do that 480 in August, it means it covers the banners, so we're all right. That pay will cover all of your banners, so that's okay. We can do this. So all of you, go out and smash that incentive. And there's one important key to hitting that banner incentive, and it's planning. If you plan that incentive out, if you plan August now, it will happen. There's no way it's not going to happen if you have a really solid plan in place. If you start every month with I've got nothing booked in, how am I going to get this order? What am I going to do? Where are my sales coming from? Then that's the month you're going to have. Every single month, day in, day out, it's going to be this rabbit in the headlights. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to get these sales? Scraping by, not knowing where your volume's coming from. I'm glad Claire's joining us tonight, actually, because she's a prime example of someone who has really learned how to plan her business. She has school orders booked in for most months. She has events booked in. She really has changed her business around. But maybe what it was this time last year, or definitely January, February, March time last year, where it was every month a panic of trying to get the orders in. Now her business has completely changed through her forward planning. So I can't stress enough. She's just commented as well. She was about to say that she used to be a panicker. I can't stress enough just how important planning is. Massively important. There's also a secret weapon to August, and that is your ready, steady listens. So many people panic about August, and it used to be years ago that, well, when I first joined, August was meant to be one of the quietest months of the year. People were away on holiday, and everyone sort of had this downtime, and they didn't think August was very good for sales, and have a mad panic of where's the volume coming from. And as a leader's point of view, you had this sort of, expectations that maybe all that volume had to come from yourself rather than your team. And, or you had to carry over school orders from July. You had to plan them out so you could put them in yourself. So really it had this reputation of being a really, really hard month, and something that what we've done in our team is completely flip that on its head. We have found out that August 1 is absolutely amazing for recruiting. And those people who join the team then have no problem hitting their kit boosts and their kit refunds because they're new and excited and they have people around. And there are still people buying books. Not everyone is on holiday for the whole of August. But as I say, the secret weapon is your Ready Steady Listens. Private nurseries, unlike schools, stay open the entire year. And they love free books. Unlike the schools, they are not bombarded constantly from people trying to sell them stuff. So you've probably rung a school and tried to get information over to them, and at some point you would have got the reply of no, 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 or emails not being answered. And it's because schools are bombarded all day, every day with people trying to sell them stuff, people trying to sell them music workshops, drama workshops, maths workshops, tutoring, books, computer stuff, software, PE things, sporting events, everything. They're just hounded 24/7. Nurseries massively overlooked. So there's huge potential. The last 2 years we've done something called the Big Ready Steady Read Weekend, and I don't think we're going to do it this year because I think it never really took off at how we wanted it to take off. So it was meant to be a weekend that everyone tried to get Ready Steady Listens booked in at the same time, and then you could place everyone's orders together. So it was a great idea, but trying to coordinate between lots of people was just a bit difficult. However, I think for you to go out yourselves and just choose a weekend and try and get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 nurseries to run their own, or a week to run their own Ready Steady Listens over that week would be fantastic. And if they're all local to you, it means you can collect all the money. So if each of them do £100, you bring it all together and you place it as one nursery order, and then each of them get the 60% of free books on top of that. So it's fantastic for them, really, really brilliant for them. I mean, most nurseries have raised more than £100 anyway, but if they're a small, normal size nursery, they're probably not going to get the 600 of a school. So you need more of them booked in. But it's not hard to do. For those of you who attended the workshop we did this morning, we had quite a big focus on Ready Steady Listens there, actually. And there's an image that I've put together which I can share in Power later. But now is the time to start getting things booked in. Now is the time going, oh, I need that volume in August. So let me email nurseries now and say, you know, can we book something in for August? I'm running this event with lots of local nurseries over this week from the 1st to 7th of August. I'd love for your nursery to get involved and help promote reading for you. Anything like that, really. Just pick the week that you want to run it and go out and make it happen. I can't stress that enough. That's probably my biggest tip for getting the higher volume in August. I'm amazed actually that school orders are still getting booked in now for July. I had someone who attended, I don't think she's here tonight, Hayley. I'll have a little look if Hayley is with us. No, but Hayley Preston was at our workshop this morning, online workshop, and she managed to get a school booked in for July. So schools are still booking at the moment, and if you have got a school order in July, fantastic. Yeah, so Gemma's just asked, do you place a nursery order as a school order? Yep, they're counted as the same thing. Osborne has something which is called the Spirit database, which is the list of all the schools and nurseries over the UK. However, sometimes that list gets out of date. So when you click to place a school order, it will ask you to put in the school or nursery postcode, and you put that in and it should bring it up. If you work with a nursery or school that isn't on that list, that doesn't come up, we simply email head office and they will add that school to the Spirit list for us. So don't leave it to the last day of a month if you're going through the incentives. Make sure you've got yourself like a week or a buffer. So if you go to place the order, or when you first start working with a school, go in and put the postcode in and just check that they're on there. They normally always are, but it has come up a couple of times that a school isn't on there or a nursery isn't on there and needed to be added, especially if they're a new school or a new nursery. So I will say that always cover your bases and check everything first. Just seeing if there's any more questions come up. I can't see any. Stupidly, I've left my Facebook open, so that's got loads of things popping up at me. So we covered RSL, school. The other thing what summer is brilliant for is events. There are charity events all over the place. So I am at the start of next month. I think it's the 9th or the 7th. I can't remember. Or the 8th. It might be in the middle. The 8th. I've just panicked myself because I think I'm having a tooth taken out on the 7th. I'm in trouble. I'm going to need someone to cover that event. It's the guide dogs, local guide dogs event, which is brilliant. It cost me about £15 to £20 for the stall, and it has about 2,000 people that come on the day, and I normally take about £400 worth of sales. Fantastic, amazing event. But there's loads of these all over the place in the summer. I was at a Kenilworth show at the weekend that had so many people there. It had horse shows and dog shows. We took 360 odd pounds worth of sales. We got lots of prize draw forms it filled in. And I did that with someone who was local to me as well. So it was great fun. I have just asked Empower, can you offer childminders the same as schools and nurseries? Officially, Lauren, no. Same as hospitals and short stance centres. However, and head office do know that this happens, and they turn a blind eye to it because they don't mind. If you have a large order and it's for a childminder, you can put it through using a school address and have it delivered to you or the childminder. Head office don't check schools. They don't ring up the schools and check that orders have been placed. They just let us get on with it. So if you were doing a large event and you wanted to put a large stock order in, put it in as a school order, because then you get the 60% of free books. So yeah, and head office do know that happened, but officially that wouldn't be what we do. I hope that helps. Oh, hi Yasmin, sorry. I wonder why your link wouldn't work. How bizarre. That's really odd. Okay. I don't, that's thrown me now. Completely forgot where I am. So bookings, large events, loads and loads and loads of them. So there's, if you just go onto Google and search local events in my area, Netflix is brilliant. Not Netflix. Netmums is brilliant. You can tell what I'm normally doing in the evening now, can't you? Watching Netflix. Netmums is fantastic. There's like a Farming UK site which has all like big agricultural events. If you just started, they're probably not going to be for you because you need quite a lot of stock and they cost more to attend. So I don't want anyone who's newly started to be spending £80 on an event and having to order tons of stock, unless you feel that's what you really, really want to do. It's not what I started doing when I started joining. I built myself up slowly to the point that now I have lots of stock and can go and do these events. So get those booked in. Spend just, this is what our Monday workshops are for, just a bit of focused time to get things like this booked in. The people got loads of stuff booked in this morning, which was really fantastic to watch. But give yourself just a bit of focused time to email places, to do some Google searches, to find those events, and then get them booked into your diary. Really, really, really not that hard to do. And then you've got it there and it's booked. You can arrange childcare, whatever you need to go out and do that. Some of you are probably listening to me going, oh, that's okay if you can get out and do these events. As I say, Ready Steady Listens, you can do completely remotely over phone and email. And then you've got your Facebook party. So for you could host your own Facebook party every month. The same day of every month is really, really good because people build and know that you're going to be there. So if you happen to run, I don't know, you could do it over a whole weekend. First weekend of every month, you have a Facebook party that runs and you post your books in, you play some games, you have some special offers, and people will start to learn that happens every single month. They're going to come and join in for the games and to fun and to order their books from you. Can I show you a typical weekly plan? I struggle to plan for the weeks ahead every week. Working a day at a time at the moment. There's no such thing as a typical week because it really depends on that week. But if you look at your calendar as a year, you should have things up and coming booked in. So should be thinking about Christmas events fairly soon, if not now, and starting to get them booked in. So when you come up to November, you'll know what your weeks will look like because you've booked that in back now. So it depends on how much you want to work as well. It's down to you. If you want to do 2 events a week, your typical week right now should be working at getting 2 events in a week for the rest of the weeks to come. If you want to do 1 event a week, or it's down to you. I tend to do a few big events throughout the year, and then I just buy some stock in the other event for the other months, because my time is spent mostly on recruiting. So everybody's business is really individual to them. So for you, Gemma, you need to sit down and go, what do I enjoy most? So I love being out selling the books. Do I love being at toddler groups where there's children running around? Do I really like doing the online stuff because I've got such a busy life that I find it really hard to go out with the books? Is your passion working with schools, going in and doing school book fairs, doing story time? Or is your passion recruiting and helping other people see the bigger picture? So it's down to you what your business looks like. For me, I love the recruiting. I always have done, and I love this type of stuff, the team building, the mentoring. It took a lot of growing as a person to be able to do something like this. This is my first webinar like this, and it's out my comfort zone. It is stretching me, but that's what I like doing. I like growing myself, and I love being around people, and I love introducing new people and helping them get incomes. So that's my passion. So my business looks more at running trainings and booking trainings in Power, talking to people, potential recruits, running Facebook adverts, putting training videos together. So my week will look very different to yours. However, if I went back 3.5 years when I joined, I was probably doing 1 event a week, whether that be a coffee morning or taking the books out to a charity event, or just using my group to post online. I used to do, not long after I started, actually, I used to do a Sunday shopping morning, and I teamed up with a few other little local businesses, and then on a Sunday morning between 9 and 12, we'd all post our products and our offers and things that we had, so people could lay in bed on a Sunday on their phone and do their shopping. I think it was coming up nearer to Christmas at the time. Nobody's rubbish at recruiting. It's just a numbers game. You just have to speak to so many people. And if you love getting out there and with the books, sorry, I'm just reading Gemma's message again. Then go out with the books and recruit when you're out. I had some really good recruiting conversations at the weekend when I was out. Whether they turn into anything or not, as you heard me talk to Claire earlier, one of them was her colleague, who you never know now may join. And if she does do that route, I will say to, or go with Claire. I'll still be here to train you. Or I could be really mean and just poach her and just go, now Claire, she's joining my team. I don't know how Claire would feel about that. So, okay, it's a ha-ha. What sort of games do you do in a Facebook party? I tend to schedule my Facebook parties in advance, and I've been really rubbish and haven't had one for ages. And actually, Claire joined my business after attending a Facebook party. And I always have a raffle to start with. So pick a number between 1 and 100. And I have that as a pinned post in the group. So that's before people even join, that's going. So it's getting people clicking and interacting with the event before it's even got to it. I then tend to play Duck, Duck, Goose. I played a new game in my group last night, which I'm definitely going to do again, which is where people had to write the numbers 1 to 100. So you could write multiple numbers in different comments. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then someone else will be 5, 6, 7, and you keep putting them. And then once we get to 100, I did a random number generator, and whoever had put that number first, they won a prize. So nice and simple, and it gets lots of people commenting because it's easy, and it shows up in news feeds. So it's great. I can't remember what other games I played then. What did I play when you were there, Claire? I have tend to take a picture of one of That's Not My books, like a little snippet, and try and work out get people to guess which That's Not My book is it. It depends. You can do a point system, but that got a bit complicated when my Facebook parties got a bit bigger. So then I went with like instant prizes. So it depends. It completely depends on what to do. People like to do the deal or no deal with the boxes. Oh yeah, I did a guess the celeb games. I took pictures of celebrities and they had to name which celebrity. It was Will Young, David Beckham, Emma Watson. I can't remember who the other one was. But yeah, so lots and lots of different games you can play and do, but it's all good for interaction. So where are we on to? So this month, what we're looking at, you're looking at £240 worth of sales. So break that down. What do you need to do to get £240 worth of sales? So July 240. So if it was me, I would go. Oh, I've just done a big event and I've done that already, so I'm sorted. No, I'd probably book in a Facebook party, which could be hit and miss. So I'd maybe go for £50. Do you want to know how to volume map? I'll tell you what, I'll give you a lesson in volume mapping as well. So volume mapping usually gets used when we are trying to work out as a team leader what our team volume might be. So I might go, oh, I need, as an EL, I need £25,000 in sales. So I might go, Claire is going to do, her team's going to do 5,000, so and so is going to do this. But you can also do it to work out your own volume. So what we do is in the middle, can you see that? You do a circle with, oh, it's going to be backwards for you, with the 240. So that's what we need to earn. So I would then go, right, I'm going to have a Facebook party. And I'm going to give that a value of £50 in sales. I'd like to think it would make 100, but it might not. So that leaves me with another 190 to find. So I'm going to try and get a friend to host a party. So I'm going to tell all my friends that I'm going for an incentive, and it'd be really, really, really helpful if they could host a party for me in any of the next 3 months. And I'd really big up like the free books that they're going to get. They can have a garden party, a barbecue party, whatever they want. But I'm going to get them to host a party. I'm going to beg if I need to, and I'm going to go at that is 150. So that's looking better. So that's got me up to £200 now. So now really I've only got 40 to find, but I'm definitely wanting to hit this incentive. So I'm going to go, what else can I do in June? So I've got my group. So I'm going to use my Facebook group, and I'm going to get really, really good at putting things out there. And I'm going to do £50 of sales. That's my challenge on my Facebook group. So that's got me my 250 now. That's got me up to. But again, because I really, really want this incentive, one of these might not happen. My host might get ill. You know, people might not attend my Facebook party, and I might fail at my group. So the chances are not all of those things are going to go wrong, but if any one of those goes on, I need some backup. So my backup is going to be, I'm going to try my hardest to get an RSL booked in, Ready, Steady, Listen. And I'm going to try and get £200 from Ready, Steady, Listen. And what else am I going to do? What else? Oh, I'm going to go to toddler groups. I'm going to do 2 toddler groups, or maybe a toddler group and a soft play. Okay, so and I'm going to go for £75 between the 2 of those. Okay, so that has got me up. So that's what it looks like now. You got all your events down. I mean, if you've got actual events in, you put those first, and then you put in the ones that you want to find from it. Is this making sense to people? If I know that's all backwards for you as well. If it doesn't make sense, please let me know. But that's a really, really good way to map out what you want to achieve each month, and always map more than what you actually need, because things will always change. No matter how much you plan, there will be some type of spanner in the works. Things will change, and you'll need to readjust that plan and change it and readjust and change it. But the more you have overcompensated, this is how I got to Vegas on my first travel incentive, is I was so desperate to be on that plane that I mapped out double everything I needed. Hey, it's not backwards, it's just reflecting backwards to me, because I'm a mirror image of myself. When you're not seeing the mirror image, that would be why. So, you know, if you want to have that incentive, if you want that banner, you can make it happen, but you need to plan. So mapping out what you need to do. So 240 is June, Gemma. Then we move on to July, which is 360. And then we move on to August, which is 480. So it does increase, you know, but that's part of the challenge. I can't just give banners away for free. They cost quite a lot. It's a really, really good prize, and it, you know, it all comes out my own pocket. It doesn't come from head office. But I do it because I sort of feel that if I can show you guys what you can achieve in summer, then when you go into Christmas season, it just goes insane. It's really, really so much potential for us to make so much money. And you've just proven to yourself that you can do this incredible thing. And I think it was something like 90% of people who achieved the banner last year went on to promote in the next season. They went on and got their team leader promotion. If they hadn't already, I think most of them had it before the end of that season, to be honest. Loads and loads of people had their promotions in August because they had £460 worth of sales themselves, at least, probably more because they'd overplanned it. It meant, you know, they just needed the recruits then and a bit more volume, and they got that promotion. So it's huge for your business. It's a massive, massive springboard of taking it forward. So if you can do this, you can do absolutely anything with this business. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys, to show you guys. It's why I run those incentives. It doesn't benefit me or my pocket in any way, because all the money that comes in from the sales to me goes straight back out on the banners. So it's here to help you guys grow your businesses and help you realize what can be achieved. You know, you don't have to look at the leaders boards and see what some people sell every single month to know what can be achieved. But there's something different about doing it yourself. Then you've proven to yourself that you can do this, that this business works for you. Self-belief is a hurdle I need to overcome. Yes, you do need to overcome, and it's the biggest hurdle to overcome. And this is what I'm going to talk about next, really. So with covered planning and volume mapping, and I really hope you all go and volume map your next 3 months. And I really hope you put a plan. Yeah, the head office incentive is just £100 a month. The other one is my banner incentive, which is the bigger one. It's the one I think we should all be aiming at, because then you've got a tool as well to help, you know, take your business to the next level. You've got a recruiting banner. So once you've proven yourself with sales, you can go and definitely prove yourself with recruiting. Where was I? Self-belief. Yeah, that brings me nicely actually to which is the final part of this. It's huge. Is your mindset and your self-belief. If you believe you can do it, you really, really can do anything. And I spent years of my life self-sabotaging, really. I actually have quite good belief. I don't know who instilled it into me as a child, but I've always believed that anything's possible. Always believed anything's possible, which is amazing. However, I self-sabotaged myself so much. So when things in life start to go well, if I start to progress with a job, I would start to go in late or not do it as well. I don't know. I had this real barrier about being successful. I did it in other businesses where things started to go well and I'd start not doing as much. And I've done it slightly in this business when things got really good and my promotions things happened quite quickly. I then back down. I didn't start doing enough trainings or maybe being quite as good as my personal team as I used to. And it's trying to work out for me whether that was me sabotaging or whether just things have changed. I need to change my time management. But yeah, it took me a long time to get over that, but I did. And you can get over your self-belief as well, because it's huge. If by the end of this training you change your thinking from those 5s and 6s and things that you can do to I'm going to do that, I don't care what anyone says to me. I don't care if anyone says to me, oh no, you can't do that, you don't have enough time, or no, that's not going to happen, or even if that's the voice in your head going, oh, who do you think you are to go and do this and be one of those few people to achieve the banner. You know, if you start thinking those thoughts, you are really setting yourself up to fail. Or if you have the determination, the headspace going, I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to prove to myself I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to work as much as I can. I don't care what I need to do. I'm going to make it happen. Then it will. It absolutely will. It's that simple. Is you believe you can, you put the plan in place, and you go and make it happen. Helen, I don't make any phone calls. I couldn't tell you the last time I picked up the phone for anything. Emails are not the best way, but I have young children in the house. I don't like phone calls. So you don't need them. It's better if you can get over that and make phone calls. My phone doesn't even work in the house. The signal on it is so bad. It's awful. It just cuts out after 2 minutes of being on the phone to someone, and the house phone's broken, and I keep asking my husband to ring up and get it fixed, and he just doesn't ever ring Virgin. So we don't really have a phone that works. Oh, Emma said the card reader thing arrived today. Yeah, my card reader is brilliant. I used my card reader for the first time at the weekend, and it was fantastic. It made life so easy. Let's see if there's more questions. So questions in the Q&A bit. I wouldn't be at my card reader. Yeah, card readers are fantastic. Maybe I should do a card reader incentive. That's an idea. So you're giving me ideas now. I'm not sure how that. I have to think about how that would work though. So really, I think I've probably covered everything I wanted to say, which is it's your three things really. It's determination, mindset, bookings. Well, determination and mindset is one thing. You're getting your planning done and getting your bookings in. So it's three things really you need to focus on to hit these incentives. And I really, really believe that each and every one of you can do this, especially the 24 of you who are sat here watching this now. And I will be making a list of the names of people who attended, because I said at the beginning, you know, the people who make the effort to attend things like this are the ones that go on to succeed every single time, without a doubt. The people who come to trainings, the people who, you know, come to real life trainings, go out of their way, schedule a day away from their family to come to events, absolutely succeed more than people who don't. So well done for coming on here. Well done for, you know, going through that link, coming on, joining in. It's just brilliant. Yeah, I have a sum up as well. We're still talking about cards. Right, questions then. Who has any questions that they would like to ask before I go? I will ask questions before I get onto them. Talking about attending things. I am so excited about Leeds. It's going to be brilliant. I don't know how many of you saw my live I did in Power. So after we went to the Happiness Festival last week, is it last weekend, Claire? The weekend, not the weekend just gone, the weekend before that. With Claire and Joe, we went over to the Festival of Happiness, which is hosted partly by a team called The Art of Brilliance and a guy called Andy Cope, who has written books called The Art of Being Brilliant and done lots of speaking at the company galas back when we had them. At Leadership Academy every season, we have someone from the Art of Brilliance team come and speak to us. But while I was at that festival, I bumped into Andy Whitaker, who is the co-writer of the books of Andy Cope, one of the founders of the Art of Brilliance, and just a really, really lovely guy. And now I've done something really crazy and stupid and really, really exciting. And I've booked him to come and do a half day with us at Leeds at our training. And again, that's a huge cost to me. That's going to cost me nearly £2,000 to pay for his travel expensive and to pay to have him in the room. But he's just so brilliant. They are all so brilliant. I can't express that. And I just, you know, I want to give something back to you guys. I want to be able to give you guys this amazing opportunity. And it is an incredible opportunity. You will have Andy Whitaker in the room for the whole afternoon. He will be there teaching us how to be happy, how to reach our goals, how to be brilliant at what we are, and how to believe that we are brilliant and good enough just the way we are. It's going to be an incredible opportunity. and all it's going to cost you is £35 if you come for the day. There's also an amazing day rate. I think it's £143 for a single bedroom and £110.50 if you're sharing, which is the whole day. So it's all your refreshments, the training, your lunch, then a 3-course evening meal, your overnight stay, your breakfast the next morning, and use of the spa. So you can make a whole weekend of it. Really treat yourself. Put that weekend aside. It's the 15th of September. Just do it. Just go and be part of it. It's just going to be incredible. I have missed. Sorry, I'm just reading Sarah's comment. Sorry I was late. I got held up with baby teething. Oh, teething's so tough. I've missed a 12-week business plan. Can you still succeed to Sarah's level? Do you mean you've missed the double promotion bonus, Sarah? Because yeah, absolutely, you don't need. I never hit my double promotion bonus in 12 weeks, and I'm at my level. So yeah, anyone can get to my level as long as you don't not place your first order in 12 weeks and get booted off the system. Then you can reach my level. Oh, that's the same question she's asked here. So I've answered it. Yes, double promotion bonus. Perfect. So click that and that. Yep. So absolutely, Sarah. Doesn't matter. I never hit the double promotion bonus. You don't need it. It's the only difference between hitting that double promotion bonus and not is you get a £200 bonus instead of £100 bonus. So as soon as you promote to team leader, you still get all the other benefits in the following season, the same as before. My 2-year-old's rounded out here. You can see. So just still go for it. Don't worry about not hitting that double promotion bonus. Go all out, get your promotion now, and make that happen. There's no better place than being a team leader. Look, I'm going off on a tangent now. We've forgotten about the incentives because you're all going to go and hit them anyway because you're all brilliant. But if you're not a team leader yet, become a team leader. Use those incentives to have your promotion in July or August. It's just the best place to be. You get your free postage, your free website, you get into goals, you go to Leadership Academy, which is amazing. And this next week, I can't wait. Leadership Academy next week. Whoop. Yeah, it's just brilliant. Become a leader. You need to. And I know, well, I hear at the moment lots of people are going recruiting's tougher than it was. And it slightly is, because for a little bit of time we had sort of this magic wand formula that we just put like a little bit of money on a Facebook advert and those people would join our team, and it was incredible. But it was also quite lazy on our part. And actually recruiting is still out there. There's only 5,000 organisers in the whole of Europe. We've got so many people out there wanting extra money, wanting to change their lives, wanting something different. We've got a product which is incredible. I've recently joined 4N Network Meeting, which was a very random, strange thing to do. But it means I've been going out to these business meetings where I have to stand up in a room and go, hello, I'm Sarah from I work with Osborne Books. It's a network marketing company, expecting like a massive backlash of people going, oh no, not another network marketing company. She's in the room to try and recruit us. So I always have to follow it for, don't worry, I'm not here to recruit anybody. Secretly I am. But when I then have conversations with people at this event, they all say the same thing, that actually Osborne doesn't feel like one of those companies. We're so different because everyone knows the products. They all love the products. So we we don't come across like that. Sorry, excuse me. So that's a massive, massive advantage for us. Plus, at the moment, we're only £38 to join. And in September, that goes up to £48. So actually, we need to start soon shouting from the top of the rooftops that, you know, come on, you've got to join now. It's going to go up. Everyone you've ever spoke to, go back and speak to them. If you've never had a recruiting conversation or posted anything about recruiting, just go out and start. You know, you've got nothing to lose. The worst someone could say is no. And the worst someone could really, really say is, oh, God, no. Why would you think I'd want to do that? Ugh. And you just go, whatever. Can we attend any training events, or are they only for team leaders? Sarah, so Leadership Academy is just for team leaders, but Leeds on the 15th of September is for everybody. So come along to Leeds. It's going to be so amazing, so amazing. I'm going to send an email out tomorrow. And I'll put the booking link into Power. It's already in the event, but I'll put it into actual Power tonight. But that is going to be incredible. We can fit up to 60 in the room if we go in a certain layout. I can't think what layout that was. So that would be really exciting if we could get 60 people there. 1,000 people in Power, it would be nice to get 60, but we shall see who's willing to come. Just a wondering question, how many recruits are recruited each year and how many leave in a year? Oh, I don't know. Pass. I'm trying to think how many were recruited last year. We recruited last year I really don't know, and it really depends on the organizer as well. Some people have much higher retain levels than other people, so yeah, it depends a lot on the individual. You're always going to get some people to leave though, so I wouldn't worry. Again, it only costs £38 to join, which is fantastic because it means loads of people have £38 and can get started straight away. On the flip side of that, it means someone's only invested £38 in their business and they've got all these books. So therefore, if they fall at the first hurdle and it doesn't work, they haven't got this pressure going, oh, I've spent so much money on this, I must try harder, I must make it work. They just tend to go, oh, okay, it didn't work straight away, I'm going to go. So, there is a high amount of people that do stop, but the ones who stick with it go on to do some incredible things. So don't ever worry about people leaving or worry about what anyone else is saying or doing. As long as you believe in the opportunity, it works. The opportunity is amazing. It's life change. It's completely changed my life. It's changed other people's lives. It's just incredible. And I'm not the top of the pyramid. I got really upset the other day because actually when someone leaves, they get given a survey to fill in. And anyone in Power who leaves and fills in the survey, I get a copy of it. And one of the things someone had put on it was, oh, only the people at the top of the pyramid make any money. And I just went, because it is so not true. So when I first joined, above me there was Stacey, who is still doing it and is lovely, and who runs Synergy Group, for those of you who are in it. I make a lot more money than Stacey. Above Stacey was Cheryl. Cheryl was fantastic, a brilliant team leader. Didn't really know what she was doing. Used to get drunk and fall asleep in her dinner at the gala. It was lovely to be around. Above her was Emma, who had flukily promoted to team leader and then had Cheryl join as a download. Again, liked to get drunk, didn't fall asleep in her dinner. It was lovely. It wasn't going very right. Above her is Julie Williams, who is brilliant. When I first met her, just promoted to divisional leader, now back down to team leader. Really, really lovely girl. It's quite successful, ticking along. But again, I make more money than her. Then above her is Sally, who is a really crazy old lady in her 60s, but is just if you ever meet Sally, you'll just fall in love with her. And then above her is the top of the pyramid, because above her is no one else. It's Kate Largent, who does quite well because she has lots of leaders in her downline, but still doesn't get paid as much as me. And I've only been with the business 3.5 years. So no, if anyone thinks you only make money at the top of the pyramid, you are so wrong. You all have the opportunity to make far more money than what I do. And I can't wait to see some of you go in and do that as well. It's just going to be incredible and scary and just so much opportunity. So I've babbled quite a lot. Does anyone have any more questions? I know I've gone off on a tangent really and gone completely off on not talking about the incentives. If anyone is concerned about the incentives and don't know what to do, first of all, I'd go and have a look through what we covered in the workshop today. They're going to be really helpful. If you are free on a Monday morning, and I know lots of people work, so not everyone's going to be able to do that, or maybe you could try and book in the time to go back over it on a Monday evening, I'm not sure. But I think they're going to be really, really helpful. It was really enjoyable today. I got more stuff done today than what I normally get done on a Monday. And just having that focused time and having other people to bounce off ideas and talk to with it as well was fantastic. Claire's put she wants to be at the top of the pyramid. Gemma, I don't think I am that inspirational. It's just, you know, it's the business that's inspirational. It's what people can achieve with it. I just got lucky that I found something I love, you know, and get to do things like this on a Monday evening, which is brilliant. I don't need to go out to the pub anymore to have a social life. I just go in a webinar and talk to people. So Helen joined in this morning, inspired her to get things done. Definitely enjoyed today's workshop. Very productive. A bit of both, Gemma. I got lucky, and I got lucky that I love what I do. So I work hard because I love it. So yeah, but you can do it too. You all can do it too. So, all right, I think that's probably it for today. You know, if you've got something you want to ask me, Facebook message me, put it in Power, reply to that email. I try and pick things up as quick as I possibly can. So, you know, if you ever feel stuck where you feel like you can't do these incentives or you're worrying about them, give me a shout, give your mentor a shout, and we can help you, you know, because there's always something else you can try. You're never, when you're self-employed, you're never at a dead end, never, ever, ever, because there's always another avenue to try. So on that, I'm going to say good luck. You can do it. I know you can do it. Absolutely believe every single one of you can do it. And I will speak to you all soon. Give me some feedback in email, maybe, on whether this has been helpful for you, if this works or not. If we're going to have a smaller attendees, there's only 24 of you, 25, it might work better as a meeting that we can all talk to each other. But let me know if it's been helpful. Oh, hold on, there's a question come up in the Q&A. How do you make your emails stand out? Just thinking of August. Oh, tricky one. I suppose make it personal to you. Tell your story. I use MailChimp to send out emails because I can put pictures and things in them and schedule them. But they often have a high bounce rate. Hayley put an example on the workshop today, which was really nice and personal to her. It talks about her being a teacher and her love for reading. So, you know, put your story in with it, what your passion is, and that will stand out. Or try and think of a catchy tagline or something in the subject header. I don't know. Think outside the box. Google how to make your email stand out. That might give you a better answer than what I can do you. Right. Okay. I'm going to go. Bye-bye. Thank you. I'm going to stop the record.